Wonderful people, thank you. And taking a trip sometimes can be detrimental. Taking a trip sometimes can be unforeseen danger, unforeseen trouble, travel tribulations, and all that stuff. So we took a trip one time that it was going to take at least 20, 23 hours, something like that, 20 hours. But anyway, it wound up being more than that. So the car had problems. Okay, going over to George Washington, going on 95 South, and then Maryland, car get overheated. Frustration, aggravation. Where's the help? And it's on a Sunday morning too, right? So now, Sunday, we go more farther, down in Virginia somewhere. And it seems at nighttime, dark, we don't know exactly what time it is because no one is on the road but us. No trucks, no cars. And this is like frustrating, aggravating. We don't know what's going to happen next. Of course, it's going to happen with the car. And bam, here we go. Car breaks down again. Again. So what happened is that we sit there for a while. What we're going to do, call AAA. AAA said, well, it's going to be a while, this and that, the other. It's a long ways away from here. We don't know exactly where you are because they didn't have all this North Star, Tail Star, whatever it is, star that directed the position at the time did. Anyway, so we sit there. What we're going to do? Wow. I'm with someone driving to Atlanta. And here we are somewhere down in Virginia on a long, dark stretch of road. But lo and behold, a car pulls up behind us and it's like, it stops. He say, oh, I saw your Connecticut plates. And I stopped. The guy was from the same state we were from. In fact, he was from the same city almost, right? I said, whoa, see, this is what happens sometimes. And just so happened, he said, what's wrong? I want to know. Said, raise the hood up. Couldn't start because the fan belt broke. The guy had a spare fan belt that fit the car. So this is what we're saying today. Sometimes you're in a position, you're out there, you're stranded, you're out there, you're hurting, you're out there, whole lot of problems, issues, and situations come about. It seems like you're the only one that's going through this. You know, we talk about the easy road and the rough road and the straight road and the narrow gate, you know what I mean? But guess what? Sometimes it pays to have your mindset on the situation, your mindset on the peace, the mindset on the situation where it's, I know I'm going to be all right. And that's what we call faith to believe. And that's why we always try to prepare ourselves for a journey. If you don't prepare yourself for a journey, sometimes you just jump in the car or jump on a situation and just do things. You might run into some bad situations for real, for real. So therefore, try to prepare yourself for a goal. We set goals, we set situations, and then we have visions and provisions and stuff. But then what what is your attention? Are you using the strategy to stay focused on what you on your goal? Are you going to like just be all over the place? And this is what happened in this day and age, this time. We went through a hard time in the last, they say, 40, 50 years, those who are that long enough that I understand what 40 or 50 years ago was, back in the 80s and 90s, okay? 80s, that's what it was. And it's like things are different. Things have changed a lot, drastically. So therefore, we just can't just say, do what we used to do then. We have to change. We have to get prepared for these changes. Things are going to happen eventually. And we think that we're the only one that going through some stuff. Uh-uh. Think again. Think again. Others are going through some situations just like we are. But when we put ourselves in that position where we think we the only one, I'm the only one that did this, I'm the only one did that, and I'm the only one that every time I let somebody have some money, they don't ever pay me back. Every time I do something for somebody, they don't appreciate it. Wow. And we go through this day by day by day. But do we put ourselves in a position where we can be helpers of one another? Just like when the guy came up and had the, what we needed to get started on the road, and then by and by, we stopped at a station, gas station off the road, like a little bit down, to hours down later, and we stopped. We said we know we're gonna have some problems because we got this fan belt. Car was running a little warm, hot, however we wanted to. It was still messed up. So we said we're gonna call AAA. AAA said, "Well, okay, we can. You're closer now, and we think we can get to you, but it's gonna take about 3 hours." So the guy at the service station said, "Well, what's the matter?" So I told him, I said, "I don't really know because I'm not a mechanic." So anyway, so he lifted the hood, started up, tried to start up. And, oh yeah, I know what you're wrong with. The guy went and got his drill and whatever else he was using, started up. I mean, it's like, I don't believe this. Just that fast. And here we're talking about getting the AAA to tow us all the way to Richmond or somewhere to get its service. Probably had to spend the whole night. And we're like, guy did. So see, think that everything that we do, no one is paying attention, no one is concerned, and no one is qualified to help us. So we don't even listen to other people sometimes. We don't even think about asking people for help. We don't even put it out there that we need help. But we came from this era so much where don't say nothing, be quiet. It's not their business, and just mind your own business. Sure, mind your own business in a lot of situations. Yes, you're not supposed to hang out your dirty clothes uh, on the line for everybody if they can't wash them, if they can't do nothing for you. But then sometimes you have to let somebody know that you can maybe trust a little bit more. And then sometimes things can be a little funky. You sometimes you just gotta let them know that this has happened. Maybe you don't have to give them detail, be detailed and critique everything, but sometimes you have to let somebody know that I'm going through some stuff. I'm facing some stuff. These situations are happening to me at this time, so therefore I need some help. I need some help. And guess what? That person just might be the one that can give you the solution. Sometimes uh, solutions, the problems might come to bring us down. Sometimes the problem come to beat us up, beat us down, all this stuff, and put us in a bad place. Problems can also come sometimes to get you up out of a situation, to get you in that place, whereas you can think a little harder, apply some situation, use your mindset, and then get up out of the situation. You know, it's a solution. The problem can also help you to get a solution that, wow, I didn't think about that because you're using your mind, you're using your heart, you're using your situation, you're using what you have. And then you turn around and you ask for the help, but you ask the right person for the help. When you ask the right person for the help, sometimes you'll be guided to that right person. Because everybody is not for you, but everybody is for you in a certain situation, certain time. They say, well, people come to you for a season. Everybody come to you for a reason, but everybody come to you for a certain thing that said being helpers of one another, the teachers of one another, is strengthening and carry on the works that we were sent to do. And sometimes those works are finished. Okay, it's good being with you, nice seeing you, love you, take care. But when you depart in a good way. God depart in a good manner. So many times we depart in such a manner whereas can't be bothered, don't want to see you no more, don't ever want to be bothered with you, don't even want to know your name. Scratch your number out of my mind, scratch your image out of my mind and my heart. I don't ever want to see you again. Wow. Well, that's bad. That is bad, and it's bad thing to do. But keep forgetting. We keep forgetting that we're not here on our own and by ourselves. We have company. on this journey. And that journey called life can be a work. All right? It is a work, for real. Because we're faced with situations every day sometimes. Every day. So don't think that just because you're going through some stuff, going through some hard time, going through some trials and tribulations, that you're the only one. You're not the only one on this journey. Someone could be doing the same identical thing, going through that same identical situation, ah, having the same identical problems that you having. But you have to understand that every time in every place doesn't have to be the same solution to that same type of a problem. So that, you know, too many times we put people in different boxes and things, right? It's like, okay, a certain thing that can happen. It's not like it was in certain places, some cultures where it said if you stole something, you chop your hand off. If they did something, it would pluck your eye out, whatever. You know what I mean? All these different things that happen to you. No, every person deserves a trial. Every person deserves a situation, a judgment, and then they have to go through a punishment sometime. And sometimes you don't have to face that punishment, but then you could be exonerated. But we're not exempt from the problem. We're not exempt from the hurt, the pain. We're not exempt from the situation on that journey because that journey can be a monster sometimes. But then again, we don't just stop traveling. That's why we always tell each other, keep growing and keep going and keep going higher and higher. Upward bound is the theme. Upward bound is the calling. We don't just stop. You know, it's all right to rest, but don't stop and don't give up. And that's what we do too many times because we're going through some stuff and then we forget that, hey, just because you went through this thing, just because you're going through this thing, just because you have been there in that problem, that situation, and you're facing it again, now you don't want to face it anymore. Sometimes you have to face it. You have to take that chance. You have to take that risk. But then you weigh the risk, you weigh the cost of that risk. You don't just jump in a pool of alligators just because, well, say, I know that God gonna save me, I'm gonna swim across the thing. If you see a need, a person that is drowning, and you know you're a good swimmer, and you know that the alligator's on the other side of the river, and you have the you just put it out there, you risk your life to go out there and save somebody. Good. Because there's a chance that you can get back. That's the first thing in your mind. And then you call on a help that can help you get out there and help that person. Sometimes you might not make it back, but you tried. Sometimes in business, you might do things that you know that, hey, you failed before, and the first thing come in your mind, the fear of failure. Oh, I tried this before, and I know it ain't gonna work. But if someone know that you're doing this thing, someone know that you're going through a situation, and they have the idea, they've gone through it, and they succeeded, and they will help you. That's why it pays to study, it pays to read, it pays to be there, the core, how you say, to be there to help each other, right? Network. There you go. You know, and then that's what happens sometimes. It's like in too many different situations, whereas we feel like we blew it. Well, I didn't get an opportunity to do this when I was younger, and and I didn't understand these things. But now you're still breathing. Your mind is still working. You can have that opportunity. You've been taking notes. Go back to those notes. Go back to your notepad. Go back to your computer. Plug it back in. Plug those little stem things back in the computer, and go over some of those things that you had uh, observed. Some things that you have memorized in your memory cells. Sometimes, you know, keep going and keep learning these things. And then all of a sudden, you just might Google it. You might YouTube it or whatever, And they're like, wow, I didn't think about this before. You might just speak to somebody in your chat group about the situation, and they come up with an answer or solution to you that can blow your mind. So think about it sometime, wonderful people, that you think you are alone on this journey, but you're not alone. You're not alone. But then weigh the cost and observe, be intentional, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused, and then don't be distracted by a lot of different elements. Then don't worry about, oh, well, I'm gonna take the easy road because I don't feel like working too hard. Sometimes the easy road, because it was told to us that the easy road can lead to destruction. But sometimes the rough road and that straight and narrow road can help you to stay focused on your goal. Because if you're weary and you vary from this thing to that thing and this side of the road, that side of the road, and looking at the over yonder and over there, you can run off the road. You can be distracted and then mess up. But just because you're on the rough road, that doesn't mean that, you're not going to get to your destination. But keep going, keep moving, and keep progressing. And by all means, keep growing. Go above and beyond the way the eagles fly. Because you, my good friend, and me, myself, and I can see the distance and we can reach our destination in good time and get the reward, get the blessing, get the paycheck, and then get the benefits of our traveling. With that in mind, take care, take care, take care. And don't forget, join us on YouTube. People in Love, the people, the letter N, LOVEMD, People in Love MD on YouTube. Or either go to our website, Desire to Excel at peopleinlove.com. People, the letter N, LUV, peopleinlove.com. And then we know that we're here as helpers of one another. In order to help you, we must help ourselves and then ask you to help us, and we can work together in defeating some of those things, those issues and situations, problems that have been holding us down, putting us in a trap, and then defeating us, not to defeating us, but anyway, keeping us blinded for so long and keeping us in prison for so long. So be free, and then bless you, bless you, bless you always. Oh, and by the way, Wednesday night, Wednesday, our regular program on YouTube. Go to People in Love MD, People in Love MD, yes, People in Love MD at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. And also, if possible, it says Tuesday, we try to do relationship messages. Wow. Depression, addiction, especially sexual addiction, lust, degradation, all that stuff, infidelity. Yes. Wow. Why we cheat, let's help us with one another and try to avoid these things. Because I would say that this situation is intense, so intense that the evil one is taking us apart, part by part, and then destroying us in mass destruction. Mass destruction. So we have to be aware, be conscious, and then be prepared. All right? Take care now. Be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. Bye now. Oh, and thanks for watching. Thanks for being with us. Yes, yes, yes. Always.